Use them properly. The differences between 話す、しゃべる、言う。Hello everyone, I'm Yuri, your Japanese teacher. Today I'm going to introduce the differences between the verbs that express the act of speaking, 話す、しゃべる, and 言う。
話す、しゃべる、言う。I hear all of them often. They all seem the same though. Like, 友達とアニメについて話す。or 友達と漫画についてしゃべる。or 友達とゲームについて言う。The last one. 友達とゲームについて言う。Doesn't sound quite right. It feels weird.
That discomfort is absolutely correct. 友達とゲームについて言う is strange. That's because among 話す、しゃべる and 言う is used differently.
I thought so.
By watching today's lesson to the end, you clearly understand the differences between these three words and be able to speak more natural Japanese. Let's get started! First, let's talk about 話す and しゃべる。話す and しゃべる are used when there's someone to talk to, not just oneself. For example, 日本の友達と日本語でたくさん話す。お互いの夢について話す。授業中に隣の席の友達と喋っていたら、先生に怒られた。久しぶりにゆっくり話せてよかった。また喋ろうね。In all the examples of 話す and 喋る, there is someone else present.
That's true. It's an act that doesn't work alone.
Yes, 話す and 喋る involve a relationship where you are both the speaker and the listener, meaning having a conversation or discussing.
I see. It's communication through words. In English, it feels like talk with someone.
That's right, but in Japanese, with someone isn't always included in the sentence. For example, 話すことが苦手。喋りすぎて喉が渇いた。Even without the information with someone, the sentences still make sense.
That's true. 話す can be replaced with 会話する. So, 話すことが苦手 means 会話することが苦手 or 誰かと話すことが苦手
That's right. 喋りすぎて喉が渇いた can be 会話しすぎて喉が渇いた meaning 誰かと喋りすぎて喉が渇いた
Yuri sensei, so 言う is the opposite of 話す and 喋る used for speaking without a listener?
That's right. As you said, 言う is used for speaking without a listener, like talking to oneself. Or when there is someone to speak to, but it's not a conversation, just informing someone of something. Or emphasizing the phrase itself. In other words, 言う represents the act of speaking itself. In English, it would be say.
I see. Simply, it's like 僕はと言った or 僕はと伝えた
Exactly. For example, 彼は仕事中暑いとばかり言っている This 暑い is not directed at anyone. It's just talking to himself. And 日本では職場から帰るときはお先に失礼しますと言ってから帰ります。この調子で頑張れば合格できると言われた。These focus on the phrases inside the quotes themselves or represent the act of saying or being told those phrases. Try replacing you with 会話する。
彼は仕事中暑いとばかり会話してる。
That's strange. この調子で頑張れば合格できると会話された。That's weird.
Yes, that's right. There are others like 間違っていることは間違っていると言いたい。In this case, it's not that they want to have a conversation about what's wrong is wrong with someone. It's wrong. They just want to say it outright.
Yes, yes.
Lastly, one more thing. This is a phrase often heard in children's fights. もういい、先生に言うから。
Oh, that's common among elementary school kids.
The main purpose here is to inform the teacher of the wrongdoing. And in most cases, the child going to the teacher doesn't expect to discuss the matter in detail. Therefore, 先生に言う is appropriate rather than 先生に話す。
I see. But, for example, if they wanted to discuss the matter in detail with the teacher, would 明日先生に話すからbe fine?
Yes, that word gives the nuance of having a conversation and reporting in detail. If it's not just about the moment or day, but everything up until then, 先生に全部話す。or 先生に全部言う would both be natural.
I see. So, you can differentiate between 話す、しゃべる, and 言う depending on the situation and the speaker's intent.
So here's a quiz. The following phrase is advice from an older sister to her younger sister. Which sentence is more appropriate? 明日お弁当が必要なら、お母さんに早く言った方がいいよ。明日お弁当が必要なら、お母さんに早く話した方がいいよ。She means if you need a lunchbox tomorrow, you should 言う or 話す to mom early.
Well, 言った方がいいよ suggests saying something, while 話した方がいいよ can be replaced with have a conversation or discuss. Have a conversation, discuss. The correct answer is 1.
Correct. The children don't want to have a conversation or discussion with their mom about needing a lunchbox for tomorrow. They just want to inform her. In such a case, 言う is appropriate rather than 話す or しゃべる。
Yuri sensei, I have a question.
What is it?
I understand that 1 is correct, but なぜ前日にお弁当が欲しいとお母さんに言う必要があるんですか?
That's because if you tell her on the day, she will get angry and say, なんで昨日のうちに言わないの? 急に言われても冷蔵庫に何にもないよ。Japanese bento typically includes various side dishes packed in small portions, and some people make them from scratch in the morning, which requires ingredients and time.
I see. That's surprising.
It's quite different from the concept of American lunchboxes. By the way, 言う came up in our conversation too. なぜ前日にお弁当が欲しいとお母さんに言う必要があるんですか? That's good. Here, using 話す instead will be strange.
Yes, yes.
Next, なんで昨日言わないの? This is also something that can be converted in one sentence, so なんで昨日話さないの? Sounds unnatural. However, similar to the example of 先生に言うから versus 先生に話すから. If for this family, the lunchbox was a serious topic to be discussed the day before, then なんで昨日話さないの wouldn't necessarily be incorrect.
I see.
But first, remember that there are differences in the usage of 話す, しゃべる, and 言う. And using them incorrectly can change the nuance. Also, understand that in some situations, either can be used.
Yes, I understand. By the way, are 話す and しゃべる used in exactly the same way?
No, they are different.
Oh, they are different.
話す and しゃべる both means to have a conversation or communicate with words. But 話す is used both in formal and informal situations and can mean to discuss, present, or explain. For example, 地球温暖化問題について話す. This means to discuss, present, or explain about global warming. 怪我をした時の応急処置の仕方について話す. This also means to explain, discuss, or present how to perform first aid.
That sounds formal.
Yes, しゃべる, on the other hand, is used for casual conversations with family or friends about light, everyday topics. In English, it might be chat. 最近忙しくて家族としゃべる時間がない. Or, アニメの話題になるとみんな顔上げ騒がしいくらい喋り出すのに文法の説明に戻ると静かに下を向いてしまう。先生に聞かれたらまずいことは母国語で喋る。
Well, that's a typical situation in a Japanese language class, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You figured it out.
I can also come up with typical situations for Japanese learners. Well,
Oh, sorry. Let's save that for another time. I'd like to explain the points you note when distinguishing between 話す and しゃべる.
okay.
As we've seen, しゃべる has a casual nuance, so don't use しゃべる to describe formal conversations. For example, if someone said in the diet, 次回は少子化問題についてしゃべりましょう.
It would sound like, let's have a fun chat over tea, right?
Exactly. The diet is a place for serious discussion, so it should be 少子化問題について話しましょう.
On the other hand, would it be strange to replace しゃべる with 話す?
Replacing しゃべる with 話す is not a problem.
So if I'm unsure which to use, I can just use 話す and it'll be fine.
That's right. But it's better to distinguish between 話す and しゃべる to more accurately convey the situation you want to express. So please try to differentiate them.
Yes, I'll do my best.
So, have you all organized the usage of 話す, しゃべる, and 言う? After the announcement, I will show you images to help you remember the nuances of each word taught today. It's easier to remember the nuances of synonyms with illustrations. We are distributing a free PDF summarizing today's lesson for review. To get it, add us as friends on our official LINE account through the link in the description below this video. And send only the keyword 話す. The PDF will be sent automatically.
Some people might not have the Line app, but please download it to get the PDF.
Yes, we will continue distributing PDFs of our videos via LINE, so be sure to download it. Here is the image of 話す, しゃべる, and 言う. It's also included in the PDF, so please take a closer look at it later. So if you thought today's video was even a little good, don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment. It makes me very happy. We will also keep uploading videos that are useful for learning Japanese so please subscribe to our channel. Well then, see you in the next video. またね